Happy Sunday, everybody. It's Betsy from Time Enough. I thought I would come on today and share what I've done for my Roxy Journal Volume 4, which was the treasure hunt. It's kind of an unstructured project so far, and we could pick our own base. And I know I showed you a different one in my first video, but I've totally changed my mind and I went with something different. I picked in my stash this, I don't know if you can see the background, hopefully you can. It's an old doll quilt that someone else made. I didn't make it, but it's quite old, probably early 1900s. And I had purchased this a while back. I think I got it off eBay actually. And I just love it, but it's just sitting. And I thought, wow, you know, I treasure it. So why not use that instead for my base? So that's what I've done. And I haven't finished it, of course, but I put these pretty little eyelet pieces up at the top. I think 3 will be enough, and I just pinned them on randomly. They're not fixed on there yet, and I'll just probably stitch those on. Then I added some lace here and there, and I made pockets. This is a lace pocket, and over on this side it's a lace pocket. And then I found this beautiful, I believe it's silk, and someone, again, years ago, embroidered this, and it feels like silk thread. I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit so you can see the handiwork, and it's all handmade, and they put a pretty little double ruffle around the edge. And it's a linen bag, so this opens up. I put the silk ribbon handle inside because I'm just going to use this again as a pocket to put some more treasures in. So coming down, this is another pocket I made, and I just did some invisible stitching on this. And I added some other lace for the border at the top. And this also is a pocket. Don't we love pockets? What is it with our obsession and pockets? I don't know, I love pockets. I love pockets on my pants, on my dresses, and in my artwork. At the very bottom, again, I used some old crochet lace this time, handmade, and I made them into 3 pockets. So at the top, going back to the top, the first prompt of this, what do you call it, volume, Roxy's Journal volume, was to do a monogram. And so I did a bee. I made my bee. And I had these beautiful little appliques. I don't know how old they are, but they're not new. They're older. I don't know, they might just be vintage. And I just put those on. So they're not hand embroidered. I mean, I did not do those. Oops, sorry. I'm just holding my camera today because it's easier to show this to you that way. So I'm sorry if it's a little shaky. So after I finished that, I put it down on I embroidered my bee on an old doily. And then I put down the appliques. And then I sewed, I don't know if you can tell, but it sparkles. And that's from some little Swarovski crystals that I put all around the border. So I really like how that turned out. And I like the B because, yes, it stands for Betsy, my first name, but I also like it because it is the first letter of so many things that I love. For example, I love birds, and this is a very old bird applique. This one is very old. And I'm going to put that maybe on the side here. I'm not sure yet. I have another one that I could put over here as well. But I might soak them and see if I could get them to match this color a little better if I cleaned them up some. Because I kind of think they look, I don't know, they just, even though they look old, they don't really go very well with my quilt. But anyway, I love birds. I love flowers and buds. And here's a little old, can you see that? See if my camera will focus better like that. That's an old little silk handmade bud that I'm going to put on here or inside a pocket. Could put it in there for now. And I love books, and I also collect old buttons, which I'm going to put in here. So, oh, and also B stands for my mother's name, for Bertha. B for Bertha. So our second prompt after a monogram was to use old lace in some form, which I have already used, but I decided to also make a little book, an old little lace book. So this was my little book, and this material is very old. I don't know what it's called, but it's a very, very old antique fabric. So I used that, and I used some old lace on the binding, and this is a little old clip, curtain rod clip. I'm going to stop right now because I can't focus right, and I'm going to put this on my tripod, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here's my little book, and I had this beautiful old, I must use that word old so much, so sorry if I do, but I love everything old. And this was a mother of pearl button with the keyhole carved out of it, and I had to put that in here, so I thought, oh, why not just put it right on the front? So that's my little clip. This is beautiful French. There's a special name for these little baubles. They're handmade out of silk. And if you look them up, look up French silk baubles or baubles. They're very, very expensive now. And I got that, I think I got maybe 3 yards of this stuff years and years ago from someplace, I can't tell you where, but I paid very little for it. So I just adore it. Sorry. So inside my little book, I put all old laces. Everything is old or antique. And this little pocket, this is probably the newest lace in here with the crowns, but I thought it looks so pretty there. And this is a very old, it's from 1777, piece of script that came from France. And I laminated it so that I could keep it nice and put it inside the pocket. This is some netted lace, very old. Added some little borders. This little book isn't finished. I can keep adding more things. The other thing that isn't new in it, I forgot to say, I have tea bags. I use tea bags for pockets, and so there are like 3 or 4 tea bags in here. That's why there are these strings. So on the strings I attached some old buttons. This is a really pretty glass one that looks like it has a little rose inside. And inside this tea bag, this is a little clip here. I put a flower on. That's a piece of Victorian scrap, and I loved it because of the little dog. Looks like my dog's. This is a velvet antique flower. So you can see the tea bag there. And that fits right inside. And I put that little clip there because that reminds me that there's something inside of it. This is old fabric here. Another old pink glass flower button. A velvet flower. Some more antique lace. And this little girl, that was my grandmother when she was 2 or 3 years old. Little Louisa, that was my father's mother. I put a little flower in her hand. And I made this little heart. And this is a metal bird button. Not sure you can see it. No, it's blurry. But there's a little bird on there. This is an antique scrap I got out of a Victorian scrapbook. And it says, "Love unites us." Isn't that beautiful? Love unites us. Some tatting. I'm gonna add something there, I'm not sure what yet. Inside this pocket is some very old lace. Just a little snippet of it. You see that? It has strawberries on it. It's the most delicate lace that I think I've ever seen. It's just absolutely gorgeous. So I wanted to add just a little snippet of it. I don't know, I might put it there. I might forget it if it's in that pocket. Small little hearts and more that netted lace. I love the netted lace. Something about it. And this is like in the front. I made just the same kind of pocket in the back. I don't have anything in there yet. Oh yes, I do. This is a hand-painted old button, I believe, with little roses on it and some gold. So pretty, I love those. Put that inside. And yeah, that's my little old lace book. Now the question is, where am I going to put it on here? And I'm not sure yet. I think I might put it inside of my linen bag. Hopefully it will fit in there. If not, I won't attach it, but because I have old laces on here anyway, so I can just keep this separate from it. But I really like how this turned out. And going back to the monogram, I also found this little monogram pen that was mine when I was a little girl. BKL. That was my monogram. So I think I might do is add another 2 little doilies on either side there. Can you see that? Come up a little bit. And maybe I'll put my monogram there, or the other thing I could do, I just have this pinned on. I made this into a little pocket with a little quilt on the back, so I could put that inside if I wanted to do that. Or I might put it maybe right in the middle there. I kind of like that. Just pin it to the lace. Yeah, I think I might do that. And any other thing, down at the bottom I have, this shows you, I made another little booklet. This shows you how I did it with the tea bags. And just some canvas. So that was just another one I've made that I didn't make into anything yet. And in here is another old Victorian scrap. Came from that same scrapbook. So that's about where I am now on my progress. I hope this might help someone if you're not sure of an idea of how to start. Might give you some kind of inspiration or clues on what to do. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it and having a good time. So thanks so much everyone for watching, and have a great week. Take care. Bye.